Hello fellow YouTubers, Trouble8385 here with a pickups video. So first things first, let's start off with garage sales pickups I got. Ironically, the pickups I got here were ones that ironically I got the day after my last pickup video. My wife was selling stuff at garage sale with her friends at her friend's house. They were all selling, she was selling her clothes and stuff, just to get rid of stuff we don't wear and use anymore. When they were taking a break, she walked around the garage sales near that one, and she came across this one. And she saw one game there that she knew I didn't have, so she picked it up. And ironically, I got the first one not that long ago, and it's Iron Sword Wizard and Warriors 2. And I'm sorry, but looking at this cover cracks me up seeing Fabio on the cover. But this is a game I did originally own on my NES. Back when this game came out, I played a lot, had a lot of fun with it. So it's really cool. I got the second one. And so she picked this one up before she called me, because I was at work. And she said, well, this guy has an NES and some games, and she named off one or two she remembered. And I said, she said he wanted 40, and I said, well, that's not too bad. I didn't know he wanted 30. Actually, he wanted 30 for it, and she said, well, will you take 20 for it? And he said yes, and so we got it. And, okay, this is the NES right here. Now this is my third NES I own, yes, that I currently have. The first one was at my mom's pawn shop. Ironically, I got that from there, and we replaced the 72 pin connector on that one, and it still doesn't want to work. The action set one I got, and then I got this one. Now, for all you who don't own NESs to understand, the NES system at times with games can be very, very finicky. And so this one's actually plays games easier than the action set, and of course the other one doesn't even work. So anyway, so we got that, and ironically, this is the bag it all came in, right? This is the bag you had the NES and the games in. And so I saw the system, and I started looking at the games. And the first game was Wheel of Fortune. The other game, which I did put in to test it, was Tiger-heli, which I already owned this game. And I love this game. I just love the shooter. Just a great old shooter. In this game, ironically, I have the first one, and I forgot they even made a sequel to this game on the NES. I forgot all about it, and that's Tetris 2. And then by Tengen, Afterburner. I love the arcade game. But this was the one game, this last game I show you, was the one I was most excited about that was actually in here. This is a game I owned, and I played the second and third one, and I love the games. Even though the sticker's not very good, I did play the game. And that's Adventure Island by Hudson Soft. I just love, the whole aspect, the whole stone caveman throwing, riding a skateboard and that stuff in the game. Really fun game. Really, absolutely loved this game when I originally had it. So I was really, really glad to have this game again. And yes, I did play this game for about a half hour after I put it in. But it also came with a Game Genie. And this book's seen better days, but this is a Game Genie code book. And ironically, I just laughed because I look at the back and it has subscribe now to Game Genie code updates, $3.50 plus $1.50 shipping and handling. But that's really cool to get that as like Metroid and Mega Man 2 and games like Dragon Warrior and Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Phantom Fighter stuff. Really cool to have this book. And the last thing it had in it, ironically, I don't have one of these, and it's cool that I have it now, and that is a Nintendo Zapper. I have a Genesis ones and PlayStation 1 gun, but I don't have this one. So that's cool to have that. So, the last thing that she got that day, and it was at the garage sale she was selling stuff, was the Beatles Rock Band. Now she bought the game for only $2. The lady has all the instruments, but she wasn't selling them then, and she would sell them decent price to us, but the problem is I have no room for the instruments right now, so eventually if we want them we'll just get the instruments to play this. But it's cool that she decided she wanted to pick this up. She picked it up for $2. So as you know, today was Father's Day, and around 2 o'clock this morning I was up talking on Skype, whatever, I was doing other stuff, and she goes, here you go. Because she had actually gone garage selling yesterday, and she got one other really cool thing for me. that I put a picture on Twitter and Facebook already. But the 2 games she actually handed me was Adventures to Go for the PSP, and this is a really cool RPG that is a strategy RPG, which I love, tactical strategy. It's amazing how many RPGs are out for the PSP that I never heard of or even knew existed. Ironically, my PSP is currently totally being occupied by Hot Shots Golf Open T because the Crow won once. It's entirely his fault because his Crow plays Hot Shots Golf for the PS3. And I have played about 10 full games of golf on that thing in the last 3 days. Ironically, I am going to probably want to get off this, play another round of golf in that game. Just really fun game. But the last thing she gave me, ironically, was this Game Boy Advance, Konami's Collector Series Arcade Advanced. Now, what's funny about this game was, we were at the pawn shop when both these games were there, and they had Pac-Man collection in that one, and I chose this one because this one had the Super Nintendo Pac-Man game that I absolutely love. It's a blast. But apparently she picked it up that day and she gave it to me yesterday, which is really cool. Really cool she gave it to me. The other Father's Day gift she gave me was, she was at a garage sale yesterday, and she called me a church garage sale or something. These people had 2 aquariums for sale with the stand. And she called me, and they had a 45-gallon aquarium with the stand, with the light. It didn't have a you know, a filter or a pump, and it was $40. And she asked me, "Do you want that for Father's Day?" I said, "That's cool, because we have a 10-gallon aquarium upstairs, and a 5-gallon. The 10-gallon houses the guppies we have, and then the 5-gallon ironically holds a goldfish we call Jaws. He's about half the size of that aquarium at this point." The funny story about that goldfish is, my son last year at a school carnival, they have those little glass things with water and goldfish in it, and you throw the ping pong balls, and if one lands in it, you get it. Well, ironically, the very last game he played, he threw it last year and he got it. So we had to get an aquarium for the fish, and it started, and we got guffies because we like guffies, and it started eating them, so we moved it to the other aquarium. So anyway, got the 45-gallon aquarium in the stand, and so ironically enough, the place we have, it's in the kitchen because other places in the house aren't big enough, and we got a sticky towel. We're gonna retile the floor. So last night, her friend's in town. So last night, her and her friend stood up till 5 o'clock in the morning to basically retile our kitchen floor, and they set up the 45-gallon aquarium for me for Father's Day, which is really, really cool. And then this morning, I got up and I switched over all the fish and everything. So that's really cool that she got that for me. And she went out and bought a pump. I don't know, it was like $15 for a pump for that aquarium. So the one other thing I got before I get to the 2 pre-orders I had was, she gave me, was this, just during the week she gave this to me, was because she saw it at the store, Nintendo Mushroom Sours, which is little candy, this little green mushroom. I guess they have a red one, which now I'm gonna have to go get the red one. Really cool. So really cool to have. So last but not least, the 2 pre-order games I got last week. The first one, of course, Duke Nukem Forever on the 360. Now, the one thing I will say about this game, this is an average game. This is by no means game of the year, and this is by no means the worst game ever made, if you listen to some reviewers. Now, personally, I believe if a game is will start on the PC, I usually buy the game. I will almost always buy the game on the PC. But I originally rented Duke Nukem 3D on the PlayStation 2, and when I rented it for those couple days, I never really had a chance to play it much, so I really didn't get a feel for it. So this is really the first Duke Nukem game I actually had time to sit down and play. And I decided to get on the 360, just pre-order it, because it wasn't that good. I could just put it on the shelf, no big deal. But I actually enjoyed this game a lot, actually. And so I know a lot of people have it on the PC, and I am going to get this on the PC and play online. So that's really cool. Ironically, I was trying to think, what was the last PC game I actually bought a physical copy for? And ironically enough, I thought it was Unreal Tournament 3 I got for Christmas one year, along with Company of Heroes, the original one, which I have yet to open Company of Heroes. I don't know why, but it actually was Spore. Was the last PC game I bought. I was looking at my PC games. Ironically, I get one PC game a year until 2008. I haven't bought one physical copy since then. But Duke Nukem will probably be, and somewhere down the line I'll probably also pick up StarCraft 2. And the other game I ironically got for the PS3, which was Record August War Zero, and this is of course limited edition, which of course you've probably seen an unboxing video of this, you know, the soundtrack, which is pretty much given anymore. I think in limited edition. The game. Now they're getting kind of goofy with these limited editions now, because in this case, now they say trading cards, but these are actually just regular old playing cards, which I'm not going to open them. King, Queen, Jack, all the way down to 2. I have no reason to open these. I have regular playing cards. And then the cool little character data guide, 48-page book, which comes with the character layout thing. And then of course, the typical anime pictures in the back kind of thing. So, but ironically, a couple days ago, my wife put this in to try it, and of course starts off the intro and it's anime, of course. But then when you get actually playing the game, it's kind of weird. When she first started getting her first battle, the screen's kind of like that 3/4 PlayStation 1 style screen. And I go, well, that's quite interesting. I first thought was that I haven't seen that since the PlayStation 1. And my wife said the same thing, And then all of a sudden she went to fight, and it's a tactical strategy RPG. And I was like, oh, that's cool, because one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games of all time is Final Fantasy Tactics. So I can't wait to actually sit down and actually spend some serious time with this game. Which, ironically, I got these 2 pre-orders. I honestly can tell you the truth. Right now, I think Gears of War 3 in September might be the next game I'm going to buy. I mean, I really don't know, ironically, what current gen game will be the next game I honestly buy. But that is all my pickups for now. So guys, till I make another video.